Hello, Bl'Artagnan here with Dimensions and Transcendence, Tier 8, Crucible left, 1, the first one. We're actually going to be doing both Crucibles and the Reckoning here, because why the heck not? They're not going to be especially challenging. It'll give me some time to just talk over. I haven't really had a chance to really just talk, chat, and see how you guys are doing, so consider this a check-in while we kind of relax, kick back, and enjoy this really pushover kind of Transcendence tier. Before we get too deep into it, be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, ring that notification bell, and leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about stuff. I don't know. Is there any other YouTube pattern I'm forgetting? I'm pretty sure, we're trying to continue that march toward 1,000 subs, but I don't know, I've been stuck in a holding pattern lately. Need to update my YouTube pattern game. Not that I've had a whole lot of time to invest into it. Sup, DFFOO fam. No, sorry, can't be doing that. That's pretty sure I'll get a cease and desist from Broadway saying if that happens. Sorry, 40. So what do we got going on here? This fight. We got Xdeath. Haven't seen him in a while. Pretty exciting to see Xdeath again. Brought him because we need a blue crystal character. We need a burst character because, we want that sweet synergy stats. And we want constant debuffs. And he does all those things. Doesn't hurt that this fight is pretty darn squishy, so his lack of modern damage doesn't really hurt us too badly. Brought Furion alongside him to kind of complement that off-turn damage we got going on, and we got Bosch to keep us safe, and because I like Bosch, he'll be coming to the Reckoning later. So what do we got going on as far as the fight goes? The orb is... When I first saw the orb, I thought it'd be a bit of a problem. I was like, you need to be debuffing constantly unless you don't have gold frames. Turns out, Sephiroth LDCA, which we use there, is enough to keep us basically safe the entire fight, give or take. I mean, technically, Bosch and Furion and Xdeath will be dropping debuffs. Using Selfie as a call, not in the main party, because, why the heck not? I want to take advantage of that aura thing. But in practice, the Sephiroth call kind of removes the threat that this orb presents. I'm sure if you have a Kadaj call, you can do that instead. Laguna LDACA, but if you have Laguna LD, you might as well use them on this tier, right? Personally, I actually skipped Laguna because I'm kind of falling out of love with characters who don't have refunds between their Brave hits. The ones who rely purely on Brave damage to deal damage. I've been kind of burned. Like a couple of my favorite characters like that, Golbez, Gilgamesh, and they feel kind of bad compared to like Bosch, who refunds like a bunch between all of his attacks. Furion actually feels good. Don't even get me started on like a Vaughn or a Tifa or a Terra. Like those feel way better than characters who are like, I got to do big Brave hits. To what end? Your HP caps are lower, it's harder for you to hit those caps, it's just bad. Anyway, I'm being overly salty about that sort of stuff, but that's why I skipped Laguna. I was like, I don't feel like getting burned on another pure Brave damage character. Even though he does look pretty neat. That burst trap looks pretty cool. And of course, Laguna's awesome in general, like, it's nothing against Laguna. So we're just going ahead and applying debuffs. I probably should have burst already with Xdeath, but it's been a while. I'm kind of playing an autopilot here, and I figured, I'll use the burst to boost the orb and reset the orb if the orb gets low, but as you can see in practice, the Sephiroth call has really just kind of kept us safe. We still have our summon, we haven't even used the second Sephiroth call. Bosch is just kind of tanking everything because he's Bosch. So yeah, that's that. Got Furion with my 3 out of 5 Ultima weapon. Okay, here we go. Here's that Xdeath burst, which I should have saved this music for this part, but I figured the fight would be over by now, so... God, I love these animations. They're also cool. Got that Almagest. Womp. Shoutouts to Black Nero. Double Almagest. We got the free skill so we can maximum Almagest there. Here we go. I love this animation. It's a pity that Xdeath sucks so much, and it's going to continue sucking because the game is going to progress in a way that he can't take advantage of because he does that true damage stuff. But I'll still try to make him work because, I like Xdeath. Just not right now because single dumps are pretty sketch right now. Yeah. Pretty cool anyway. It's still going to be dealing some decent damage. Thanks, Synergy. Yeah, Furion's got my 3 out of 5 Ultima weapon, Short Sword. That's actually something I was kind of wondering. What Ultima weapon? I'm curious. If you're still watching, in the comments, let me know. What Ultima weapons did you decide to invest in, and why? Did you go, a bunch of different ones? Did you go hard into one or two? What's the thought process there? There's the end of the fight, because I know, we got the conventional wisdom is, greatsword, ultima, or greatsword, unique, and short sword are the way to go as far as ultima weapons. But I know, different people have different preferences. I know, my friend Somegi went for daggers because she has a number of favorites such as Lilith and Rem who use daggers. We got RBK went for fists, I believe, for Zell and company, and I know Indolent Lard, of course, went for whips because he's the ultimate 7 simp. God bless. Shout outs to all of them, by the way. All right, we're on to the next Crucible. But anyway, you can let me know in the comments about that ultimate weapon stuff. I'm curious to see what people are doing. So for this team, we got Gilgamesh, we got Arden, and we got Kled. Liud. Jeez. I don't know. I'm not sure how to actually... overthinking things. The thought I had behind this team was, well, I need a green crystal character, so we're bringing Gilgamesh. And I want to use Gilgamesh in the final tier because I like Gilgamesh. And it's probably going to be it's only going to get worse from here to use him in a stage. Although, actually, stupid. I don't know if you remember, but tier 2, I brought Garland along with Gilgamesh and Raijin to the left Crucible just for funsies. And so I had to go ahead and clear that out and remove Gilgamesh from that after they announced his burst. So that was stupid. But anyway, what are we doing here? So we have Arden, and my thought process here, what I was planning to do, you saw he has Onion Nightcall. What I was thinking was I would use, I would use Arden's rebreaks and his AA and free skills that he gets from things like his EX from Onion Knight in order to reset the orb. That was kind of my thought process here. I kind of got a little cutesy, and honestly, it was not even necessary because the way these guys are set up is, well, for one thing, they had that annoying Sharky thing where if they break you, they do a follow-up attack, but as you can see, it's not really lethal, per se. But the orb basically is like you need to deal consecutive damage, on multiple turns in a row with the character. That's another reason Gilgamesh is here. He can do that with his LD, as you can see here. Next one. And I'm pretty sure if we do it again, the orb will go up. Unfortunately, I pressed the LD call, which I think makes that not work. Because we're going to go into the burst here. We're using Enacro because memes. I don't think it's necessarily... I think like a Rain's Call probably would have been better here overall, but I figure we're using Gilgamesh already. Let's lean into the RNG. If we can get 1 or 2 extra EX charges out of it, why the heck not? It's certainly better than pressing his skill 2. Because his burst phase isn't the most damaging as it is. Looks like, hey, there we go. We got an extra charge out of it, so that's pretty cool. Managed to get that. You're probably wondering where Battle on the Big Bridge is. Wait until Reckoning. That's where we've stored our sweet burst phase music. Oh, there we go. Launch. Gonna finish this burst phase out. We've boosted the orb to a safe level, and there we go. God bless. So these guys, I mean, they do that kind of annoying thing you could see there with the annoying thing the Sharks do where they cut into the turn order like that. It'd be a bigger deal if this wasn't basic Lufania Reckoning, or Crucible. Because they were just summoning, we're going to blow them up. It's funny, I brought Arden here, so I actually brought a second burst character who's not going to get used in the form of Arden to this. And it's kind of a waste, because like I could have just brought any old fella, any old C90 fella, and just wrecked face with this without having to waste a burst unit here. Not that I'm especially heavily invested into Arden, so it's not a huge, cost, but I don't know. What else is there to say? Part of me is like, why did I bother bringing these Reckoning? Why did I bother recording the Crucibles? And the reason is because, I don't know, I like making these videos, and I don't have many chances to do so anymore because, baby. So I had a rare opportunity to do so here, and I figured, why not? It's not like I'm going to be doing multiple reruns of the Reckoning. That kind of sucked. We'll get into that when we get there, of course. So here we go, finally doing what I'd hoped to do with Arden and trying to chain his turns. We're just going to chain his LD back to back to back, using his AA to close this fight out. 10 turns. Ooh, 10 turns. How powerful. How impressive. What absolute majesty. So here we go. Oh, well, okay, let's end things with style. It did appear I misjudged that whether the fight was over or not, so here we go. Alright, so that's both crucibles down. Kind of cool. We hit all the requirements, ready to hit that reckoning. Got our ultimate weapons ready. Alright. Well, I'll see you in the next video, starting now. Stupid. Alright, so what do we got going on here? We got this Lunatic's Quartz Disaster. Pretty cool looking design. And there's like a couple of cool elements here. They always think of some interesting stuff to do for the Reckoning bosses, but we're going to call this one a miss, is what we're going to call it when we get there. So we're starting off with, once again, the Enacro base call, because why not? Let's round up that brave damage, because we can. Seeing those clean zeros, you love to see it. And perhaps I should have started with the Gilgamesh Burst. That's something I'm thinking about now, is maybe I should have just opened with the Gilgamesh Burst, but whatever. So with this fight, in case you haven't already tried it, it's a 3-phase fight because the boss will full heal twice. In the first phase, it's just kind of a regular punch 'em up. You know, there's no real mechanics per se. The boss is a recast, which is pretty annoying. But if you do what I'm doing here and kill him before he uses it, then you never have to worry about it. We'll talk about the second part of the fight when we get there. Actually, no, that's a bad idea. There's nothing to talk about during this part of the fight, so we'll talk about it now. The second part of the fight, an orb shows up. Honestly, cool Gundam. There we go. Here's the music you guys were waiting for. Sorry about that. Opening once again with the EX in hopes of fishing for some sweet EX charges. Getting way too many Mythgraven blades. Thanks, Cecil. So the second phase of the fight, he gets an orb, which says that if he gets to go 5 times, you lose. Or something. I guess the orbit goes off and it's bad. There we go. Free charge. Thanks, Enna. So that's, then you have to kind of damage race it, presumably if you're bringing like a challenge team or something like that, you'll need to save your summon and or burst phase for that part of the fight to kind of power through it. Given how Gilgamesh's B2, thought I forgot, nope, I remembered this time, there we go. Stupid, but I love that BT animation, it's actually pretty cool. What was I talking about? Yeah, so you'll want to save your big guns for the second part of the fight. First part's kind of just whatever. Second part, you want to really blow it up. Third part is where it gets kind of stupid. Third part, I actually make a pretty big mistake leading into the third part, excuse me. Because I assumed that he would, like, jump his turn or something when it happened. I just kind of assumed that whenever this guy, reses, he would kind of move his turn into a more reasonable position. But why should that happen? There we go, gotta reduce HP before it acts 5 times. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with Ice Brand, shoot him into the sky. Thanks, Greg. And we're just gonna keep doing our thing. The team, as you can see, is pretty obvious. We got Bosch here to survive the mandatory attacks we're gonna have to see. We'll get to that in a little bit. We got Gilgamesh because he's pretty cool. He's awesome. We like his music. I get to do fun vocalizations during his burst phase. Why the heck not? You can do this with Cyan Call. Hup, hup, hey, yep. There we go. And then I don't know. Dude's here because he's good. I just needed a filler character, someone with auras and junk. And I figured, like, I can recharge Gilgamesh's EX so that I can dolly people if I need to. I don't know, whatever. It's not important. So there we go. We take a scary brave attack, very scary, very intimidating, very powerful. AOE everything. We have 4 turns to go. 4 boss turns to go to kill this guy. He's under 60%, so that's going to be scary. We'll see if we can pull that off. You'll also notice, just generally, as far as like reductions go, we are capping on everything. We are just like blowing this guy up. We have not overloaded him with debuffs. We are using meme calls. We have some decent auras going on between the 3 of these guys, but like, I don't know, it's not an especially restrictive fight as far as like, you gotta bring the top tier damage. Gotta bring the best in class DPS to meet the damage check. Yeah, there's no damage check here. There's almost an anti-damage check in a stupid sort of way, which we will once again get to later. Once again, as you can see, we've summoned. We're using like Apocalypse and stuff. Gilgamesh is just shy of 1,000,000 damage there. If I glued my Kled, I probably would be 1,000,000 damage, but Apocalypse again because I'm thinking like, oh, we don't want him to take turns, so we gotta keep him away from us. Because I forgot how this fight works, and I was like, okay, surely when he reses, he'll like jump his turn or something, and that'd be reasonable. Brrr, I forgot this time. He got me. Okay, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Still pretty cool as far as burst animations go. Stupid. So, speaking of stupid things, this orb is creative. It's different. I'll give them that. They tried something different with this. In practice, for this to have worked, I think... How to put it? What needed to happen here to make this... Okay, so what needs to happen? What literally needs to happen in this fight is, with this boss here, he has to act 10 times before I can kill him now in the 3rd phase. Doesn't matter how low we bring his HP. Once it hits 0, he stays alive until he has acted 10 times, because the orb goes down each action of his, and once it goes, and he can't die while the orb is still there, which is kind of nifty. It's kind of an interesting idea, but like, I don't know, like, the problem I think is that we run out, like, he gets down to 0 HP, and it's like, okay, whatever. There's also this side problem here of Bosch can just tank everything with no consideration of anything else. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. If you guys are subscribed to Black Nero on YouTube, which you should be, by the way, it is possible that Bosch isn't a guaranteed auto-win on this stage, which is kind of nifty. We'll get to that, but okay, good. We're seeing, the boss is applying speed up to himself. You'll love to see it. He can act more often. I'm trying to think of what was... I'm just overthinking, maybe. What needs to happen for this boss to have been more interesting and less of a slog? There we go. With the recast charge, he no longer is delayed by break. And with that recast, he gets an aura, which for the next 5 actions, he steals our battery and our healing, which is kind of interesting because, well, for one thing, Bosch hates that. So you'll see here, oh, scary brave attack, boom, they got us, brave attack. And once again, Bosch is going to be not refunding, and he's going to refund the boss to max, which is kind of scary. But luckily, we have Deathclaw to just kind of instant break that. Thanks, Deathclaw, giving us some helpful utility there with the instant the gravity. Gilgamesh showing his usefulness. Kind of dumb of me to bring a delay-based character to a fight like this because this guy needs to act, but it's okay. That's actually why I'm not using his EX there, is I just want to deal damage. I don't want to be pushing him back. He has to act 3 more times. It is funny, I was saying earlier how much I kind of don't like characters who don't refund, but in this fight, he does punish refund-based characters because of that Brave Steel, so that's kind of nifty. Maybe seeing more of that would be pretty nifty, but we're just going to go ahead and continue spamming skill 1 or skill 2, Wild Dance on Gilgamesh because we don't want delay. And now this is a little touch and go. This looks a little touch and go. I forgot about the battery steal, and so he just batteried his way up to bazillion. And here comes the orb attack. Oh no, oh no, oh god, oh god. Oh no, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Fire breath. Okay, brave attack. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Let's, oh wow, we are gonna miss the HP requirement pretty handily if we kill him. So let's not do that. Just real quick, heal up. Oh, he stole it. He stole it. He stole the healing. Oh, let's heal up again. Ha! Only 5 actions. There we go. Well, that was a close one. We almost beefed it. Luckily, well, we're just going to have the brave attack real quick so the Bosch can heal up all the way. Kotetsu, there we go. Now he's imperiled. Utility. There we go. Heal to full. We can now finally close this out with Style Flame Purge. There we go. And that's the end of this fight. I don't know. I feel like it's an interesting idea. Just the execution. I don't know. Leaving. You know what? In the comments, let me know what you think would have made this fight better. Because I feel like the interesting ideas but missed the mark, which is a pity. Anyway, looking forward to the next one. I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching. Adios.